Hello once again, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, let's see what we got going on today. Okay, listen. Glad to have you all. We're going to go back over some nice things that I think would help to reinforce some of the stuff that we talked about in previous sessions, and see if it can't give us some more inspiration and some more direction, and also give us some more enjoyment in our journey, okay? So, hey, I say journey because everyone has their own picks when it comes to music and their own identities. And they all have a destination that they want to get to. And different goals offer different levels of experience to come. And in those experiences, we're going to have different journeys in those different experiences, meaning you're going to have different ups and downs. You're going to have many different ways of looking at the same thing. And it's going to be germane. It's going to be basically tailored to what your personality is, what your inner strengths are, what your own techniques, your own styles, your own creativity will draw out of pretty much the exact same things. That's where I say, put your own stamp on it, your own personality, because it's your abilities, your talents, your skill sets. So check it out. We talked about the names of the strings. So anybody remember what those names were? So the names are E, A, D, G, B, E. And those are your open string notes and the names of your open string. So each string has a note, a name assigned to that string. That string is pitched. So then once you tune it to the correct note for that string, now the strings can be changed. You can go up and down. You can change the name of the strings by tightening these here tuning rods at the top, okay? These guys here. But if you just leave them the same and you bring them up to pitch, meaning what they are designed to be naturally, you're going to find it there is just about no limits. And then you can tune them again different ways based on different genres. People talk about drop Ds, you got the Gs, you got the C minors. You can pretty much tune this guitar any type of way you want and play it any way you want. That's what the joy of this journey truly is. It's all about creativity. And that's the fun part of playing any instrument, man. It's putting your heart, your soul, your idea, your swing coming through your limbs into this thing we call an instrument. Some call a tool. But it works, and it's a blessing. I tell you, God has given us so many talents and abilities. Hey, dare we share or dare we not share and hide what we have? Because the world is waiting to hear from you. So keep on doing what you're doing. Let's go over those strings, guys. What we say, E is the first one, or first E. Then you're going to go backwards, you're going to go B. And from that B, you're going to go to that G. And from that G, you're going to go to that D. And from that D, you're going to go to the A and back to the E. Or you can reverse it, E, A, D, G, B, E. All roads lead to the same destination. Backwards, forwards, however you want to do it, upside down. There's more dimensions than we can imagine. There's more than 4, there's more than 6, there's more than an infinite amount. Dimensions can go in millions of directions, all at the same time. So, all roads, guess what? Lead to the same destination as long as you stay creative and bring that creativity out by any means. All right, let's go with that E, guys. That's what it sounds like on the piano. So if you have a piano, or if you study piano, or if you just got something to practice on, or something that you'd like to accompany your music with, that's a keyboard. Don't have to be a piano. It can be like this thing here, which is basically an electronic version of a piano. There can be MIDI controllers, which utilizes the software that's in programs, that's in the computers, to bring about the same tones you would get out of a piano or a keyboard. That being said, here's your E. Everybody hear that? Is that a little loud? Maybe so. Yeah. That's your E. So we want to have that same sound. And just in case you don't have a tuner, which this one here happens to be a handy dandy little tuner thingy thing, which you guys have seen. This is my Snark. I love these Snark tuners. They are so handy, man. Let me tell you. And I hope you guys can see it. I'm going to try to bring it into view while I do both. And turn it on would be helpful. Oh, that we got power. Oh, did I tell you these things are really nice? And I'm not being paid to say this. I'm experiencing this. Had a really bad fire, guys. Lost pretty much everything. Found one of my guitars. And in the guitar case was this tuner guy right here. And we're talking maybe 5-6 months later. And guess what? The battery was still charged. Still charged 6 months later. I can't say enough. Snark, you're doing a great job, man. I'm not paid to say this. They didn't provide me with anything. I bought this on my own. And again, this has survived a fire plus 6 months in total isolation after the fire in rubble, basically, until I was able to go back and find it. So here it is. Let's get to that E. The E looks a little bit on the flat side, right, guys? So we got to bring it up to pitch. And when you see it perfectly in that green, we're going to be doing this thing, okay? Okay, I think we're about there. That's that E. Let's see if we can get some volume here. Can you hear it? Here we go. I let it ring for a second to make sure it's in there. And guess what? It's in the pocket. It's right there where it needs to be. The next string will be our A. And that A is going to sound like this. It's way up there. I'm off on my guitar though. I like doing this in real time because it lets you know that this is a labor of love, guys. Getting your guitar, getting your instruments in perfect tune and pitch. Hey, it gets you prepared to play whatever comes to your mind without having, oh, you know what? Oh, it don't sound right. It's going to sound right as long as you play it the way you want to play it and provide the technique and skills necessary to get what out of your mind onto that instrument and into the air. Okay? That is your A. Cool. Let's go to that next string, which I think is our D? Yes, D. And my D is off on the guitar. Hear that? It sounds close, but no cigar. Oh, there we go. That's the one. Cool beans. All right. The next string is going to be our G, which is here. Ooh. Looks like my son's been in here playing with this tuner. You guys see that? Is that right? Wait a minute. That's not a G, that's an F. We want that G, don't we? Let me make sure I can see this too. So I gotta tune it up higher. There we go, there's our G. I can't see what you guys see, so I apologize. So that's our G, that's what I want to see is our G. It's not gonna help if we don't get it in tune. So let's get that G right. Where's that G? That's what we want. The next string is our B. Yeah, he's been here playing with my guitar, man. little sharp. We'll get there in a sec. There you go. If you want, you can skip this part, but hey, to me, that's part of the whole experience. Yeah, that's sounding pretty good right there. All right. And the last but not least is that E, that final E. Ooh. Get that E right. Look, there we are. All right. Once they ring out and they're in perfect harmony with each other, perfect pitch, hey, we're good to go. All right. Thank you, Mr. Keyboard. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that's the keyboard. So once we got it pretty much in tune, and we basically checked it twice, and we found out which string was naughty and which string was nice. Cool beans. All right. So we're all pretty much ready to do our thing. So that being said, guys, let's try to see where we are on our practice. Okay. So last time we practiced, we talked about the names of the strings, which we figured it out. Okay. So we said it was the E, A, D, G, B, E. E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay. We talked about some chords and everything like that. I'm going to talk about a scale today. Who knows what a scale is? Okay, so what a scale represents is all the notes, basically all the notes that can be found inside of what? Inside of a chord. You can find a scale in every chord. Every chord you play, you can find a scale in. And what is a scale? When you look at what they call chromatic scales, pentatonic scales, dominant scales, Dorian scales, all of these scales, man, there's probably like 8 different scales that you can really learn and get them down pat into a memorization. The scales are basically the amount of notes covered in any one chord. Let's say you choose the chord of C. So we all know that it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. What did I just count? 8 notes. So we got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. 8 notes. So that's 8 notes in that scale, if you will, the scale of C. So you can run those same 8 notes. If you play the C note up here, you're going to hit pretty much all of the notes that's in that scale, minus about 2. So you're going to have, let's see, 2, 3, 5. You're going to have 5 of those notes that's in that scale. But if you want to do that scale, you're going to go like this. Let's see, where's that C at? Guys see that? So you're gonna go. And that last note E. So in that C scale or that C chord, we're gonna get out of there. Let's see, where are we at? C. That is the sound you're gonna get on the piano. But the amount of notes that's covered in there is like this. That's 8 notes, guys. But the amount of notes that you need to play that scale and to get it to sound right is basically 5. this, that C major scale. And it's right up here where the cowboy chords are at. So it's not like you gotta go all over. Although you can, once you get more advanced, you can just find that same chord and that same scale pattern pretty much everywhere on the keyboard, on the fretboard. In this case, the fretboard is the guitar. There you go. And that's the C major chord and scale. C, D, let's see. E, F, G, A, B, C, and an E for good measure. Harmony. I love it. Okay, so hope that helps you guys out with that scale. That's the first scale of many. But what I want you to hear and what I want you to experience is how everything kind of works together. The scales, the chords, it's all about finding a tune, a melody that's pleasant to the ear. And it pretty much rings out. And you can tell if something's not right because as you heard when I played the wrong note, it was like... That's not that at all. That might be a minor scale, but that's not the C major. So C major was this, right? That's what we want. And you put that onto with everything else that we've learned thus far and continue to train your ear towards hearing these notes, hearing these scales, hearing these chords. Notes, scales, and chords, man. That's the basics. And once you get that, man, you're going to be in love because people are going to be like, wow, dude. And you're going to be amazed at what's coming out of you as well. To the degree where you're not going to want to stop here. You want to keep on going. And that's the whole thing, is to bring back the love for playing music. And if I can have any part in that role, man, that's what it's all about. And making sure that the next generations and the next generations don't let this craft, this art form, this creativity that's pretty much innate in most humans. Pretty much everybody has some type of musical ability, no matter what it is. Tapping, clapping, snapping, mimicking, singing, dancing too. All this is all part of this thing we call music in an art form. So, man, that's the whole thing, is to put it out there so others can grab hold to it and not feel intimidated by these harsh, and I've seen some harsh lessons out there, man. Or even if you go private and people don't have patience enough to really get into it with you. I want to be able to fill that void. So remember that C looks like this. This is our C chord. That's our C chord. Got it? 3 fingers. And you place them, one here on that C. And then the next one is, and how do you know that's a C, Jerel? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Okay, so we're gonna remember how I said we're gonna walk it up. So we're gonna take that open A string, which is the second here. See how it's ringing out? That's that A string. And we're going to say, let's see, we got the A, all right? Then from the A, we've got the B or the A sharp. And then you've got your B. And from your B, you're going to step down to your C. That's your C. And the same thing we're going to do with that next string. So we got a C here. And then we're going to have that, what's that string? That's the C. That's the E, right? This is your E. How do we know that's an E? So we're going to take that open string, which is a D string, and we're going to walk it. So here's your D. And turn it up. That's your D. So from D, we're going to go D sharp. D sharp, we're going to go to, drop down to your E. That's your E. Cool. All right, so we got those. And what about this one here? Well, let's not forget you've got another open string here. That open string is your G. So we just leave that one open because we don't even touch it. But we do touch that second, that fifth string. We do touch that one, and we touch it right on that first fret. And that first fret, the note will be, because if you open it, it's a B. But if you hit it one half step from that B, what do you have? You got that C. So you got a C there, and you got a C here. How about that, guys? Look at that. That's full circle. That's that full circle right there from C to C. And an open E as a gift of harmony. Look at that. It just pulls it all together. I love it. And we're going to do it one more time, and I'm going to show you real slowly. This is that scale. All right. Anyway, do not ever be ashamed or pardon or excuse for any mistakes, because this is how we learn. We learn through our mistakes. And I don't mind making them, because that just makes me a better guitar player and a better human being all the way around. And it keeps me humble too, because we're all human and we're going to make mistakes. So there you go. But man, when you correct those mistakes, oh my God, listen to that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So listen, until next time, I hope that this has really helped you guys and has encouraged your hearts, encouraged your creativity, and encouraged your desire and your zeal for learning music. Keep up the good work. You're doing fine. I love it. I love it. And if it's challenging, even better, because again, this is how you're going to grow, and this is how you're going to show that you love what you do, and everybody else will see it through you and through the talents and the gifts that God has given you. So keep up the good work. Again, we all want to hear from you. The whole world wants to hear what you have to offer. And it starts with your close friends and family, and it branches out from there. So keep up the good work, guys. And if this has really enriched you and helped you in any type of way, hey, leave a comment, like and subscribe to the channel. Love to hear from what you guys have to say out there, because that helps me to grow as well. Again, thank you so much, and stay blessed and keep on playing on your own personal journeys, okay? Your own jamming journey. All right, until next time, this is Jerel's Jamming Journey. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Until next time, bye-bye.